My amplified unit. Top of the morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, salute, and welcome to this special amplified report. A little bit of breaking news as the talent and the crew of World Wrestling Entertainment has been shipped out, sent over to Saudi Arabia for the big Crown Jewel. Saturday, November 5th, premium live event. Amid all of the security issues that WWE has been being briefed on, in their words, by the hour, Saudi officials, American officials, WWE has been getting intel every single hour for the past 72 hours. And they have decided to go along with the plan that was already set in stone. The show must go on, is Vince McMahon's old saying. WWE has decided to go along with the show as planned. They have landed. They're in Saudi Arabia as we speak. Tonight's SmackDown was taped last week. After last week's SmackDown, St. Louis, Missouri, we do have the results of that show. Because of the premium live event tomorrow in the afternoon, there will not be a full review of SmackDown because we will hopefully be live for the Crown Jewel event on this channel. So, in this special report, we will go over briefly what happened last week at the tapings for tonight. So it's going to be spoilers coming up in just a few minutes. Tonight's SmackDown is taped. BC has the matches, the winners and losers, what happened, and the spoilers will be put out to you guys in this very special report, just so you know what's going on. Somebody got written off of the show, written off of WWE programming, at least for this weekend, because they did not make the trip to Saudi. Somebody was written off at the tapings last week. We're going to go over who that superstar is and who did not make the trip. So that's the deal. It was taped. SmackDown for tonight, taped last week. The talent and crew has already been sent over to Saudi Arabia. They are there. They have landed. They have already been partaking in dinners with some top officials in Saudi Arabia. So that's already been taking place. Again, WWE is being briefed by the hour of any security issues, threats, or anything of the like. But they have decided the event will go on as planned. As far as a venue change, that is not happening. As of this hour, very early on a Friday morning, the venue, everything is the same. So again, WWE will be being briefed by the hour leading right into tomorrow afternoon's event. But the talent and the crew of World Wrestling Entertainment has landed. The Eagle has landed. They're in Saudi Arabia for the Crown Jewel event. And again, tonight's SmackDown, taped already, the go-home show. BC will have those spoilers in just a few minutes. But that's not the only breaking news. This morning we are learning, and this was later last night actually, that this broke. BC wanted to get some more, do some more research, get some more facts together. Sasha Banks and Naomi, amidst all of the rumors that they will be returning in Boston, Massachusetts, which is Sasha Banks' hometown, for Survivor Series, the return of Sasha Banks and Naomi. Sasha Banks hears about this, obviously, goes over to her social, and she put, just like Sasha always does, kind of adding a little bit of fuel to the fire, a little bit of spark to the flames. Sasha says, "I hope the rumors are true," with a bunch of emojis. Well, the latest word we are getting now, as of late last night, Sasha Banks and Naomi have been pulled from the upcoming Vulture Festival due to what is being called unforeseen scheduling conflicts. In quotes, unforeseen scheduling conflicts. The Vulture Festival, this big festival that has been promoting Sasha Naomi for a while now. Sasha Naomi have been promoting it on their own social media post. That's how big this event was. And now, because of an unforeseen scheduling conflict, From what the promoters are saying, Sasha and Naomi have been pulled. The exact statement, if you're wondering, from Vulture, the Vulture Festival's main account, and I quote, "Due to an unforeseen scheduling conflict, Mercedes Varnado and Trinity Fatu are no longer able to participate in their event on Saturday, November 12th at 8 p.m. We will go ahead and refund your purchase automatically. Please respond to this email if you prefer to exchange it for another Vulture Festival ticket. We appreciate your understanding." It was up until last week when Vulture Festival gave more details about this experience with Sasha and Naomi. It was being deemed, and I quote, "just to vibe for like an hour." That was in quotes. So this ticket would allow you to vibe with Sasha and Naomi for an hour as they go over some matches or play some video games and just be in their presence, I guess. You peasants. It's kind of funny. But you get to be in their presence, I guess, for an hour and vibe with them. But you can no longer vibe with Sasha and Naomi. Yeah, so anyway, that's the deal on that. And it brings up just so many, there's so many ways that you could look at this. Like, the first thing you think, because we've seen this so many times, where talent was uncontracted by WWE. They had a bunch of dates, and then WWE signs them back, or they come to some type of an agreement and deal, and WWE pulls the plug on any of their appearances. So on the surface, you say WWE obviously pulled them. I mean, this is a big festival. It was heavily promoted by Vulture, Sasha, and Naomi, Mercedes, and Trinity. It was heavily promoted, and all of a sudden, boom. I mean, you got to have big stroke. You got to have a big backing to be able to have the stroke to pull people out of a festival like that. I mean, this seems like it's the work of WWE, and it makes sense if what we're hearing is true. In Boston, Massachusetts, Survivor Series, some way or another, Sasha and Naomi are going to play a part in that. We didn't know if that was going to be re-debuting with the company at Survivor Series. But now, because the date of this festival is November 12th, it was next Saturday. But Survivor Series is until 2 more Saturdays after that, the 26th, a couple days after Thanksgiving. So this tells us that if this is WWE, are they going to set them up for the War Games women's match maybe? Maybe this is going to be a part of War Games Survivor Series for the ladies, maybe, or either which way, Sasha and Naomi are coming back to actually participate in an advertised match for Survivor Series. It's interesting. Maybe they're not just showing up at Survivor Series, they're going to set something up where they show up on Smackdown on the 11th, and that's why they couldn't make the 12th. Or maybe they show up to Monday Night Raw this Monday. But maybe they set something up because this is a couple of weeks before Survivor Series, and they were pulled from this event. It also had fans of AEW speculating. Hey, Full Gear is before Survivor Series on the 19th. Could it be? I can pretty much put those rumors to bed, to rest, because Sasha and Naomi are still contracted with WWE. They just are. I mean, you could go to Naomi, Trinity Fatu's social, and you'll still see WWE superstar, Sasha as well. And they're on the main page, too, for the roster pages of WWE. Legally, you cannot do that. A company cannot promote you on their roster page if you're not a part of the company legally. So they're still a part of World Wrestling Entertainment. What their deal looks like, has it been restructured? Have they been renewed more years? We don't know. We just know that they are in a working relationship somehow with the WWE still. And you got to believe that this is WWE's doing. This is their work to pull them from this big festival. Just a couple of weeks before we are hearing they're supposed to return to WWE at Survivor Series. This seems like they're going to return at a Monday Night Raw or Survivor Series before and set up a big match for Survivor Series. So that's the latest news that we have. Sasha Banks was recently at a WWE house show, a live event in Mexico City. Sasha Banks was backstage talking to some of the top officials that travel with them at the live events. So, I mean, she's absolutely back into the game. She was just training and helping some of the younger individuals. I forgot exactly what training facility it was, but pictures were posted, so she's been getting back into that ring. I don't think she ever stopped. I don't think you're going to see an ounce of ring rust from somebody like Mercedes Varnado, Sasha Banks. I mean, that's somebody who can leave for 5 years, come back, and it's like she never missed a step. But she's shaking off any ring rust. She's getting into the ring shape, all while training some of the fucking younger wrestlers of tomorrow. So she's already, she's back at it. So it's just a matter of time now of when WWE wants to present her, and it looks like it might be sooner than Survivor Series. Now, speaking of in Survivor Series, before we can talk about that, you got to talk Crown Jewel, which is tomorrow afternoon. BC hopes to be live with you guys with a full show watch-along, full show live reaction. I hope that happens. Stay tuned to the channel, and we'll try to make that happen for sure. I know you guys really enjoy that, and I love doing it. But Smackdown for tonight, right? You're saying, how the hell can they do that show and then take the fucking multi-hour flight and make it for tomorrow afternoon? Well, it was a taped show, guys. Last week after Smackdown, they taped this week's. Actually, a lot of the segments were taped even before last week's Smackdown, and that was from St. Louis, Missouri. Now, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, if you don't want to hear what happens tonight, earmuffs, or you might want to hit the bricks, come back for tomorrow's premium live event watch-along right here on the channel with BC Amplified. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the Sasha Naomi news, and it gets you thinking, what could this all mean? If you want to stick around for the SmackDown spoilers, let's get it started. This is for the 11/4/2022, the go-home show to Crown Jewel, tonight's SmackDown. It starts off with Liv Morgan defeating Sonya Deville in a no DQ match after smashing her through a whole pile of chairs. That was following her oblivion on a stack of chairs. So Liv Morgan once again taking out Sonya Deville. We kind of saw this spot in a different way when she suplexed Sonya from the top rope a couple of weeks ago onto a pile of chairs. This is a little bit more of that, and they're really bumping up Liv Morgan. I love to see that. LA Knight then defeats Ricochet after using the ropes for assistance. So LA Knight, we're trying to give him a little bit of fucking spotlight, show the casual fan why they should care about him, and unfortunately for Ricochet, he got fed to him. But Ricochet has become the residential jobber anyway. At this point, I'm pretty sure everyone has just given up on the poor dude. But at this point, LA Knight is way more valuable. LA Knight could be and should be a huge star for WWE. You just have to help give him the time of day. Give him proper booking. Give him a chance to shine. He'll do all the work. LA Knight with a victory over Ricochet. Then, WWE Tag Champs, the Usos, middle of the ring, cutting a promo. The New Day ends up interrupting. The Brawling Brutes end up interrupting. And they would all end up kind of in a melee. They would all end up brawling with one another. And the Bloodline would end up the last men standing, so to speak. Usually it's the Usos getting the shit kicked out of them. The faces are all like, yeah, we got you again. But this time, looks like the Usos were able to stand tall here. Shayna Baszler picks up a rare victory. Baszler, with Ronda Rousey in her corner, defeated Natalya with her submission hold. That clutch submission. Apparently Natty's nose got busted open in the process. We don't know what they're going to edit out. You know, they like to stick to their PG standards and they like to make sure that nobody's wearing the crimson mask. So we got to see how they edit this match out. But Shayna Baszler with a rare W over her former tag team partner, Natalya. And they're still pairing Ronda and Shayna. They did it again tonight. on tonight's taped Smackdown go-home show to Crown Jewel, and they've been at live events. They've actually been tag teaming. So when Ronda drops the title, don't be shocked if Shayna and Ronda are in a tag team. They're already testing this out, I've noticed, across the world. Braun Strowman then defeats 5 dudes. MVP was at ringside. It looks like he set the match up. Braun Strowman stormed through everybody. And then post-match, he over and over and over again power slammed MVP, writing him off of WWE television. Now, we don't expect this to be long, but he did not make the trip. MVP, from what we are hearing, did not make the trip to Saudi Arabia with everybody else. So this most likely was just to write him off of TV to get past Saudi Arabia's Crown Jewel. I expect MVP to be back within the next few weeks. But he did not make the trip to Saudi Arabia, and this was their way to write him off. Repeated power slams. Look for MVP to get destroyed tonight. We then go into the main event. Intercontinental Champion Gunther defeats challenger Rey Mysterio. Everybody's, not everybody, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people interested in this match because it's Gunther. Just think of his size and power and stature, and then you think of Rey Mysterio and his size and stature. But how good he is. It's the old school David versus Goliath story. And match-wise, man, there's so many things you could do, and it could be so fun. And in the end, you knew Gunther has to destroy Rey Mysterio. For the finish, anyway. And that's exactly what happens. A big victory for Gunther over a legend like Rey Mysterio. And this will catapult Gunther into Crown Jewel and beyond. So that is your brief spoilers for tonight. Again, we can't go over them in full tomorrow because we will be live, hopefully, for the watch-along, live review and reaction of Crown Jewel. That's going to happen at noon Eastern Time. So, no way we could do SmackDown's review. And it's taped. This is the best way to do it, man. So, that's the deal, my amplified unit. That's your breaking news special report. A lot to go over in a small amount of time. But if anything else breaks out throughout the day, even if it's audio format only, wherever I am in the world, I will absolutely break that news to you. Until then, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Crown Jewel watch-along live stream right here on the channel. Top Guy, BC, saying check you. I'm out.